Dropover is one of the best apps that I've ever seen on the Mac. Like, seriously good enough for Apple to include it in macOS 15 and claim that they invented it. And I use it every single day. And I felt like it was seriously good enough to make a video on it. So, in this video, I'm going to explain to you what Dropover is, some of the benefits it has to your workflow, and some of the tricks that it has up its sleeve. Alright, let's begin. So Dropover is a Mac-only app. I'll get to that Mac-only app bit later. It's a Mac-only app available on the Mac App Store that aims to make drag and drop a little bit easier and less of a pain. The icon just sits in your menu bar and you'll probably never have to touch that icon ever. Like, the app just works. Now, to meet this promise of easier drag and drop, Dropover uses a feature called shelves. Now, shelves are like temporary containers to store your files in before you drop them to the location that you want to. So now, how does it benefit your workflow? Well, let's see it in action. So let's imagine that you have a PDF file that you want to send to somebody in Outlook. So you're like, okay, I have my Finder window open, I have my Outlook window open, so I'll take this PDF, I'll drag it over to the Outlook window, and I'll drop it to send to my certain person. But then you realize that you haven't selected New Message yet. So what would you have to do without Dropover? You'd have to let go of the file, you'd have to fill out all of your information in the email window, and then you'd have to go back to your Finder, drag the file, and drop it back to the Outlook window. Now with Dropover, you'd give a little shaky shake to your mouse, and this pop-up window will show, saying drop files here. So you drop your file into that container, that shelf, then you fill out all of your certain info about that person and the email that you want to send to them, and then you take the file from Dropover and just simply drag it into Outlook. See, it's just much less of a pain. Now, Dropover isn't the only app that uses shelves to achieve easier drag and drop, but Dropover has some tricks that other drag and drop apps just don't. Like, for example, you see that little lightning bolt icon in the bottom corner of the Dropover pop-up? Well, those are actually quick actions. You can choose up to 4 of them, and they basically add quick access to certain functions like sharing a file in AirDrop or iMessage, or even doing things like resizing or stitching files. So pretty sweet in my opinion. Another thing is that you can link cloud storage accounts to Dropover, things like iCloud Drive, Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, and so that also allows for quick sharing in those services. But now what's this? Dropover Cloud. Now, don't expect this to replace iCloud Drive, Google Drive, OneDrive. No, those are staying. Dropover Cloud is just an easy way of sharing large files with somebody, and that with zero clutter. So if you try sending a file, then you'll get options for an expiration date, options for whether you want it to show on their end as a web page, a direct download, a direct link, and when they access it through a web page, then they'll see pretty much nothing. They'll see 4 things. They'll see the title you provided, the expiration date, the file, and the download button, and that's it. There aren't 50 things asking you what to do with the file, and it's just overall very, very clean. Now, what is the price of Dropover? Dropover has a pro version, which is $5. But there's also a free version with not too many caveats. Actually, just one. In the free version, if you want to access a shelf, you need to wait 3 seconds before doing so. And that seems like a really big hassle, until you realize that the amount of time it takes to go to the location that you want to drop the file to, that time is 3 seconds. And even things like Dropover Cloud are surprisingly free, which even I'm racking my head on how they do it. Now, remember that Mac-only part in the beginning? Well, if you want a Windows alternative, there is an app called Droppoint, which is free and open source on GitHub. It preserves the main feature of Dropover, easier drag and drop, except without some of the fun little perks like Dropover Cloud and quick actions. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. The link to Dropover is in the description as well as Droppoint. So, thank you so much for watching, please like and subscribe, and also comment down below what you thought of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!